Welcome back to Wall Again, where passion meets music, and in this episode, as promised, I am ranking my favourite Yes albums in my collection from 5 to 1 between the years 1970 and 1980. So let's get into it. Coming in here at number 5. This one was released in 1978, and it is Tormato. Okay, so for this one here, the lineup, as we can see on the back here, it's one of the classic lineups of Yes. So we've got Chris Squire, Rick Wakeman, John Anderson. We've got Steve Howe and Alan White. And the album cover was designed by Hignosis. Not my favourite album cover, I must say. This was a kind of a strange time for the band. I think Rick Wakeman had just come back into the band for this album. But yeah, not one of my favourite Yes albums, it must be said. I think the production is pretty poor on this one. I'll just see on the inner sleeve now to see who actually produced. Okay, it must be on this one. Okay, all tracks arranged and produced by Yes. Okay, recording engineers Jeff Young and Nigel Luby, assisted by Peter Wollstonecroft and Pete Square. Okay, so that's probably why it was recorded at Advision in London, I should say. And executive producer was Brian Lane. But obviously Eddie Offord was nowhere near this album. And to be honest, you can tell. It's not, the production isn't great on it. And then again, the songwriting isn't up to the standard that Yes would have been known for previously. So on side 1 on this one, we've got Future Times, Rejoice, Don't Kill the Whale, Madrigal and Release. And then on side 2, we've got Arriving UFO, Circus of Heaven, Onward, and On the Silent Wings of Freedom. So, yeah, I think that's number 5, and it was never in doubt what was going to be number 5 on this list. I don't think it's the strongest Yes album, hence the reason being at number 5. Okay, coming in at number 4, another Hignosis cover, okay? It's this one here, Going for the One. Okay, so this one was released in 1977, just a year before. We've got Rick Wakeman on this one as well. Same lineup. We've got Alan White, Chris Squire, John Anderson, and Steve Howe. This one has got a nice gatefold sleeve, as you can see. I think I mentioned this one on the channel before. It's got a triple gatefold sleeve. We got the Century Tower there in Los Angeles, Century City, and on the back we've got I think that's the lake at Montreux in Switzerland. And you got a picture of the band there as well, of course. But this one is a good album, I have to say. I've been enjoying this one. So Going for the One, the title track, it's excellent. Turn of the Century is great. Parallels is absolutely brilliant. Great song. Wondrous Stories is good. And then Awaken for me is brilliant as well. One of the best Yes songs. But I think this album is amazing. And well deserved at number 4 on the list here. Of course, one of the classic lineups for Yes with Rick Wakeman being in the band. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. This one was coming in at number 4 from 1977, Going for the One. Okay, into the top 3 here. This is where it gets really serious. Okay, so for this one, I've gone back to the early 1970s, and it's this one here, the Yes album. Okay, first album to feature Steve Howe, and you can see him on the cover there as a new guitar player. Of course, we've got Chris Squire, we've got John Anderson, and we've got Bill Bruford. But on keyboards on this one, it's Tony Kaye, and this was his last album before Rick Wakeman joined the band. Of course, Tony Kaye would come on later on to do that album from 1983, 90125, I believe it's called. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Tony Kaye for the 1970s output after this one. So I think this is an excellent album, well deserved to be at number 3 on this list. Side 1 starts off with Yours Is No Disgrace, followed by Clap, which I think they could have left off this album, and then the epic Starship Trooper. And then the second side is absolutely perfect. I've Seen All Good People, Adventure and Perpetual Change. The band really don't put a foot wrong on this album, apart from Clap, in my opinion. I think Clap is good, but I think it just upsets the flow from the album. If they maybe put it at the very end, it might have been a better idea. But yeah, this one was produced by Eddie Offord at Advision Studios, released in 1970. And this is actually the first 2 albums were original pressings. This is a repressing, okay, a remaster repressing. It's on 180 gram vinyl. It sounds really, really good. Apparently it's been, mastered from the original analog master tapes. How true that is, I don't know, but it sounds excellent on the turntable. And I bought this one actually brand new, and I think it's got a great cover there as well. So there you go. Coming in at number 3, it's the Yes album. Next one on the list, coming in at number 2, and I think this is going to surprise a lot of people. It's this one here, Drama. Okay, released in 1980, and a lot of people consider this the start of the end of Yes. Of course, it doesn't have John Anderson on vocals. It's got 2 new members. Rick Wakeman had also left for this album, so it's got the guys from the Buggles. It's got Jeff Downes on keys, and it's got Trevor Horn on vocals. But I think this is one of Yes's best albums, to be perfectly honest. We'll start off with the artwork. So again, got the classic Yes symbol, classic Yes logo there, but we've also got this epic artwork here from who? Roger Dean, of course. Roger Dean, yes. I had to look at that up. I had to look it up there because I had just forgotten. But isn't that epic? Absolutely epic artwork from Roger Dean, and he produced most of the best artwork for Yes throughout the 1970s. Of course, there's many other albums he was involved in, but I think the artwork is amazing on this one. Not too sure about the inner sleeve. I think they could have done a better job than that picture there. But in terms of the music here, we've got Machine Messiah, which is absolutely brilliant. Probably one of the heaviest prog songs that Yes have released. We've got White Car, which I really like, and then Does It Really Happen, one of my favourite pop songs from Yes. The second side is epic as well. Into the Lens, Run Through the Light, and it ends with Tempest Fugit, which is again another really heavy prog song. But I have to say, this album absolutely rocks. It's amazing. Doesn't put a foot wrong, in my opinion. Absolutely perfect album. And I think Trevor Horn actually sounds very much like John Anderson on this album. Now, there might be people who would disagree with me on that one, and that's absolutely fine. Let me know in the comments below. But I think this album really, really rocks, and it's a great prog album, great rock album, and a great pop album as well. Okay, moving on to number 1, and it really couldn't be anything else bar Close to the Edge. I've been giving this a listen over the last week just to make sure, was it really, worthy of being number 1 on the list, and it definitely is. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Released in, 1971? 1972. We have the classic Yes lineup here, of course. We've got John Anderson on vocals, we have Bill Bruford on percussion and drums, Steve Howe on guitars and vocals, Chris Squire on bass and vocals, and Rick Wakeman on keyboards. The album cover is amazing. We've got the classic Yes logo, and then just that lovely shade of green fading in there. It's a gatefold sleeve, so open it up that way. We got that on the outside. Great pictures of the band and Eddie Offord on the back there. And then on the inside, we've got Close to the Edge. We've got that whole brilliant panoramic art there. Absolutely brilliant. The edge of the world, or the end of the world. Within the album itself then, production, as I said, with Yes and Eddie Offord. And of course, the cover by Roger Dean, which was, I think this may have been the first cover he did. No, did he do Fragile? He may have done Fragile, and then this one. But this is certainly one of the most epic covers he's ever done. It's amazing. And then we talk about the music, right? So let's get into the music. It's a single album, not a double album, even though it's a gatefold sleeve. Side 1 is Close to the Edge. It's a 19-minute epic, an absolute prog epic. Starts off with Solid Time of Change, Total Mass Retain, I Get Up, I Get Down, and then Seasons of Man. It's absolutely brilliant. Keeps your attention, keeps my attention anyway, for the full 19 minutes, and it's absolutely amazing. Goes on to side 2, And You and I, which comprises of a number of different parts as well. So we've got The Lord of Life, we've got Eclipse, we've got The Preacher and the Teacher, we've got Apocalypse, and then it ends with Siberian Catru, which is amazing, one of the best Yes songs of all time. They do not put a foot wrong on this album. It's absolutely amazing from start to finish. If you love prog like me, if you love really, really good, complicated, epic expanses of music, you're going to love this album. And most Yes fans would have it at the top of the ranking for them, and the reason for that is because it is epic, and that's why. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my ranking of the top 5 Yes albums in my collection from 1970 to 1980. As I said before on other videos, I'm still on the hunt for Fragile, I'm still on the hunt for Relayer. I'm still on the hunt for Tales from Topographic Oceans. When I get those albums, I'm going to listen through to them a lot to see where they fit into this, and then I might do my overall ranking of the top albums from 1970 to 1980. I still don't have Time and a Word, and then obviously the original, the first album, I think it's just called Yes. I think it's got a cover of the Beatles on it and stuff like that. That may have been released in 1969. I'm not sure. That mightn't make the cut, but Time and a Word, you know, that's one of those ones I just have to see if I'm going to end up picking up, depending if I can get it on a good deal. So let me know in the comments below what you think of my ranking. If you have a different arrangement, or if you think there should be another album in at number 1, number 2, number 3, I would love to hear your ranking in the comments below, so please drop it in there. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you could also subscribe if you haven't done already, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.